Hey guys, it's Erin. I'm back. Hopefully it's not too loud here. I'm gonna move. I am waiting for Jack at his camp, Algrometrics. Oh, my hair. Anyway, he started this camp last week. It is a coding camp, but with a ton of fun stuff. They have 2 pools. By the way, they're inside, like under, so he doesn't get burnt, because he is like a ghost and he would burn up in that sun. So I was so excited to see that they were under the cover. But there's pool, there's football, there's futsal. I can't even think right now because this is not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is my experience at a public hospital that ended up with me walking out. Let me tell you about it. All right, real quick though, I will show you this school here. This is the coding school. It is in Marbella, Rabat. And this is it. That's the entrance. Very good staff. The guy who runs it, the owner, very, very nice. Jack loves it. Made a lot of friends. He's learning. We're learning. All right, let me tell you about the public hospital. To do this video. I should have gone to the hospital and done it there, but it's not really close to here and I didn't want to be late with picking up with Jack. All right, so anyway, I just ordered a crepe with banana and a sil, which is honey. Or I learned the word for banana. It's close. It's banan. In English, for those that are learning, banan is banana. For those that enjoy music, there is a fun song to learn how to spell banana, and it's by Gwen Stefani. She sings it in the song. I have to remember it, and if I remember it, I'll link it, or if you know what song I'm talking about, link it in the comments, because it's a good way to learn how to spell banana. I still kind of use it in my head to remember. All right, so anyway, back to the hospital situation. The reason I had to go to the emergency room is my own fault. Sort of. 90% my fault, but yeah, I'll take some responsibility. So you guys know that I started the journey on getting new teeth like 3-4 months ago. Actually, probably like 5 months ago. In January, I think, or February. And I went to a dentist and I had the worst experience. Like literally the worst experience. I lost money. He lied. He tried, like, pain, horrible pain. I passed out. There's a video. I'll try to link it, and you can read about that experience. But because of that experience, like, I didn't go back to a new dentist, but then I found a new dentist. I went to him twice. Once to meet him, and then the next time to go and get some of the stuff done. Much better dentist. However, the first one scarred me for life, I think, and I am literally in anxiety mode when I'm there. I literally was in tears when I was there. Okay, so here's what happened. I went and got some of the stuff done like 2 months ago. And because I had scared, I didn't want to go, even though I knew I had to do this, because you can't just start all new teeth and like stop, you know what I mean? My teeth started about 2 weeks ago, start irritating me. And I'm like, okay, I know I need to go to the dentist. You know, I'll go. But of course, me, procrastinator, dreading it, didn't want to go. I didn't go. And then all of a sudden, 2 days ago, if you saw the picture, you know, I don't want to even say it again. It was horrible. My mouth got infected and my whole face like blew up, okay? So I had to go to the emergency room. I had to take care of this. Now, I did know that it was a public-private situation here. But guess what? That's all I know. I don't know the difference. I don't know what that means. All I do know is that you're supposed to stay away from public. It's crap. It's bad. It's the worst, right? But I don't know. I don't know which one's public. To give you an example, the night that I go to the emergency room, I type in emergency room in the Google Maps, right? I go, it's not an emergency room. It is a office that has ambulances. I guess it's private ambulances, but it's only like the ambulance service. It's not the hospital or the emergency room. Finally, somebody tells me where it is. The one that I went to, the name of it is... All right, so the one I went to is called Moulay Youssef, or Youssef Moulay. It's in Rabat. Like I said, when I went, I did not know it was a public hospital. First, I end up not realizing where the entrance was, so I end up having to walk a little bit. I will say this, the grounds were beautiful. It was a very clean hospital on the outside. It didn't exactly look how I expected it to look as far as, I don't know, I went in there and I was thinking it was gonna look like America. It wasn't, sadly. The first thing that caught my eye was, it was very dirty looking. Like, the walls had like tons of smudges all over them, like very noticeable cleanliness issues. Now, besides the cleanliness, it was empty. Like, when I went in, there was like a couple people sitting in like this open air room with chairs, but like there was no triage. Like, I expected to see like triage or receptionist. Not really. It was mostly, I think the one that interacted with me was a security guard. No English there. No English to the security guard. I didn't see any nurses. For those that are Moroccan and have no idea what American like hospitals like, the first thing you do is like, there's receptionists, they make the call right there, like, do you need somebody right now? And then like there's triage, and then you make a decision, you're going back. But it's not like a first come, first serve in America. Hospitals in America, I don't know, to be honest. I can't be 100% sure and say that there is no private hospitals, because God knows there's stuff that I don't know about, even though I've lived there my whole life. But I will say, I've never not seen a hospital and thought that I couldn't go in it without paying. You can walk into any hospital in America, as far as I know, and I've been living there for a long time, and you can get the help that you need without paying up front. Now, of course, you're going to get billed and you're going to, whatever. But in America, you cannot be denied health care, like emergency health care like that. You need a surgery? Boom. Sign some papers, or you're not signing, somebody else signing, and you're getting the surgery, and then you'll get billed later. Well, guess what? I found out here that's not how it works. So public versus private. Private isn't even like American, because my friend's like, oh, the private is like the regular hospital. You go in, you know what you need, they give you the bill, you pay it, and then you get your surgery. That's not normal to me, because like I just got done saying, in America, you just get the stuff done and you get billed later. So here in Morocco, a private hospital is one that you have to pay before you get the stuff, but the care is excellent. Food's included, you get a room, you have visitors. Like, it's like a normal hospital in America, just you have to pay ahead of time. Now, I did ask a question, but I didn't unfortunately get the answer in time for make this video, so you can drop it in the comments. What if it's an actual like life and death emergency? Like, you get in a car accident, ambulance come, do they wait to see if you got money to take you to a private, or do they automatically just take you to a public and there it is? I think Jack's school bus is here, guys. I'm gonna finish this up in a minute. There is Jack's school bus. He told me the first time he rode it, he was not a fan, because they kept saying something like the whole 25-minute ride, like screaming. He's like, Mom, I got a headache. But I knew he was just tired. It was a long day for him. He was swimming. But let's go find Jack. All right, guys, fast forward 3 hours and I'm at home. I'm gonna finish this hospital story. I'm determined. But Jack's bus came. Then he was all excited to tell me about camp, and I was like, screw it, I'll just finish it later. So it's a little bit dusk now. It's like 8:30. Anyway, all right, so where was I? So you go in, like I said, it was noticeably dirty. Like, hospitals, like, I'm always used to very, very bright, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I know things happen, obviously. Shit happens in hospitals, actually. A lot. But this was just dirtier than I've ever seen. And the security guy, like, no English, so I just said, my face obviously showed it, so they knew something was wrong. Contrary to what my friend did tell me, was that you would wait your turn. I did get brought in right away, but I got brought into a room, or I got brought to a doorway, and the doorway, when I got there, I noticed there was people in there and they were talking to these other people, and I'm like, I'll wait. Like, I'm not walking in on somebody else's, room being treated or whatever. But then they came out and they told me to come in, and then I came in and there were still 4 people in. I'm like, oh, what is this? And they're like, oh, we're the doctors. I'm like, okay. It just is very weird, because they were just chill, like nothing, like they weren't working in an ER. Now, mind you, I didn't actually see, like, where like in America too, you can't see like past, but even in the waiting rooms, and there's people cleaning in America, there's receptionists, like it's just a bustling area. Everywhere in a hospital is very bustling, except, I gotta make the joke, the morgue, but everywhere else is very, very busy in hospitals. So this did not seem like a hospital. It did not seem like an ER. So anyway, I go in the room and they're like, yeah, we're the doctors. Oh, there's a, hello. I wish I had a carrot. Salam. Hello. Should I tell him his horse is gonna be on YouTube? Okay, my arm is tired. I'm gonna put my arm down for a second, then I'll finish. All right, the guy with the horse, there's two of them. He wanted he was offering to take my trash from me. I was right next to the dumpster. And, he was right there and he grabbed from me. He's like, 2 dirham. I'm like, dude, does it look like I have a purse on me? I'm literally wearing nothing but my dress and like my phone. That's all I have. And I'm more than capable of putting my trash away. I kind of thought he was going to ask me for money. And normally, like if I see somebody, usually they don't ask me, but when I see people like picking through the trash and you can tell like they're looking, I definitely give them a dirham. Or I'll run over to the Hanout and get a yogurt and a cake and I go give it to them. Because you know me, you got to have your sugar. All right, this cat's following me. Okay, so I'm going to sit down and we're going to finish this right now. Oh my God, please don't follow me. I have no food. Hi. Hi. Oh my God, you're so cute. You're a cutie. Hello, and how are you? Wait, there's another one. Where are you? There you are. Hi. Let me finish the story. Oh, you're going to cry. Don't cry. Don't cry, Argentina. Oh. All right, so I sit down. Obviously, like I said, you could tell my face. I told him real quick, the basis of the story, how I went to a dentist. They scarred me for life. I'm terrified of going. And it was my fault that it's infected because I did not go back for the treatment when I was supposed to. Long story short, I was only in there for maybe 9 minutes. They were very casual, like they weren't doctors. They were not professional. And the kicker was, okay, you guys know, like, I love Morocco, and I say it's, for me and my kids, it's a better place for us to live than America. Now, there's a difference between me saying something about America and then someone else, especially in a position of being someone that's professional. And I'm not exactly, if I think about it for like 5 minutes, I can tell you exactly, probably word through word, what was said. But, we were talking about, they asked me if I was English or American, and I'm like, oh, American. I don't know. I think I sound American. I kind of get like a crazed look when I hear people ask if I'm from the UK, because I don't think I sound like I'm the UK. And I'm like, no, I'm American. And one of the doctors was like, oh, I want to do something there. I'm like, oh, you don't want to move there. Like, just jokingly, I'm like, it's not really that great. A lot of crime, a lot of drugs, all that stuff, right? And its cost of living is high, right? Anyway, so then we got to talking about the condition, and I told him, like, I'm not used to not being numb. And they went on to say, yeah, we don't do that here or whatever. But like I said, the atmosphere was not I don't know. I feel like people that are American might understand where I'm coming from, because I feel like what I'm talking about lacks it here. So I feel like most people here might not know what I'm even trying to describe. But the feeling of being there did not feel like I was in a professional setting, a hospital setting with doctors with experience. Up until now, I would have said they really weren't rude, but then they said, oh, when I told them, I don't like that about here, about, not be able to use the medicine unless you ask, and then you have to even be sure that they do it. He's like, yeah, well, America's healthcare sucks. And then he started telling me about some stories and all. And I'm like, it was not, and there was other things said here and there. And I'm just like, then I realized in the back of my head, is this a public hospital? Like, I think I'm in a public hospital, because my friend did tell me now, this is what's going on with the public hospitals. Basically, they're public, and you have to wait your turn. Like I said, the care sucks and everything like that. You want better, you go to private. You will pay, and you have to pay up front. No, is there credit? You guys don't do interest, so is there credit for that stuff? Like, can you get a loan to get a liver transplant? Actually, you guys probably don't need too many liver transplants here. People aren't really alcoholics. Oh, the Adon's playing. So basically, like when the remark was made about America, and it wasn't like just a very casual, I mean, they were being casual, but it wasn't like, it was a dig. And I'm like, I love Morocco. Like, I love Morocco. But this was not it, guys. This was not it. So people that are coming to Morocco and you don't know anything about the hospitals, as many people told me before, stay away from the public. The public ones, no go. Sorry to say. But you go to the private, you pay. Inshallah, everything will be good. All right, guys, talk to you later.